My bad, y'all. It is currently December 1st, 9:49 p.m. and I do not have a video for you. But I have a good excuse. I have been traveling from Vegas for the last 24 hours. I had a flight from our Sunday midnight on Sunday going into Monday, and it just went downhill from there. So I spent Thanksgiving in Vegas with my best friend, and that went great. I was out there from Thursday to Sunday, Wednesday or Thursday to, when was Thanksgiving? Wednesday to Sunday. That's how long I've been out there. Okay. So I went out there. Things went great, lovely. No one died this year because we seen somebody die from getting hit by a car last year. So things are on the up and up. But I had a flight at midnight Sunday going into Monday, and that flight was fine. Okay. That was a technically a 5-hour flight, but it was a 3-hour flight, but going ahead 2 hours. So I'm going from Vegas to Chicago. There is never direct flights to where I live at. So I got to Chicago O'Hare at 5:32 a.m. We got there early, and then my next flight was not supposed to be until 8:30 was the departure time. So I was like, cool. I'm tired. I had the middle seat for 3 hours on the Vegas to Chicago flight, but I'm getting there, whatever. Like I'm used to traveling for a long period of time because I'm near a smaller airport. Cool. Flight gets delayed from Chicago to my last destination. Fine. It goes from 8:30 to 9:30. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Still the same gate, but I went to go look at the monitors, and it had two flights for the same time at the same gate. It was my flight in Fargo, North Dakota. I said, they ain't supposed to do that. They ain't supposed to do that, right? So I'm like, okay, once they push it back an hour, I'm like, you know what? Dunkin' Donuts is right down there. Let me go get a latte and a sandwich. Get a smooth little sandwich, okay? I'm eating my sandwich. I'm watching Afro send you Elden Ring because it's a classic on my phone. All of a sudden, I see a notification come through my phone saying, sorry, your flight has been canceled due to operations and maintenance. And I was like, dang, it got delayed again. But it didn't get delayed. They just canceled the flight. So at that moment, I was fucking stuck in Chicago. So I was like, okay, well, now what the fuck am I supposed to do? So I go up to a agent at the desk so that they can help me. I'm like, hey, I need to get back to my destination because y'all just canceled the flight. Like, can you help me here? So I flew United, and specifically with United, they had over 300 cancellations and or delays just today from the holidays. Over 300, including mine. I was a statistic today. So I go up to the counter, lady helping me out. She says, okay, well, we don't have any flights to your final destination until Wednesday. And even if it is on Wednesday, it's not till 8:30 Wednesday night. So excuse me, ma'am, is this on? So you telling me you want me to be in Chicago, Chirac, okay? You want me to be in Chirac for 48 hours. Now, luckily, if that would have happened, my other best friend lives in Chicago. I called her and let her know what was going on. snow fucked everything up. Where I live at, I asked to see if more snow fell while I was gone. My flight going to Vegas got delayed because there was a snowstorm coming in. Got 8 inches of snow the night before. While I was gone, we got an additional 5 inches. So we just long dicking it up over here in the north. So anyway, I asked this lady saying, okay. And she was like, okay, if you can't get to your final smaller airport, what's an alternative? And I was like, okay, well, I can do MSP, I guess. Like, but if I go to MSP, I am 2.5 hours away from home. So that means that if I get this ticket, I'm going to have to coordinate, figure out a shuttle. I've never flown. I've never ridden on a shuttle that long before, other than like being on a basketball team, but I don't have to coordinate that. Was in college. I didn't have to do nothing with that. So I'm like, okay, I have to either do that or I have to get a rental car, and that's going to be an additional $400 that I'm like, okay, well, that's what a credit card is for, I guess. So I tell her, I'm like, you know what? I just need to get back in my state and I can figure it out. So she books me for the one from Chicago to MSP. So I'm sitting here. There's still another flight that didn't get delayed from Chicago to my main destination, but my flight got canceled. There was 2 that were gonna go out. Mine was the earlier one. The other flight that I was seeing on the monitors was the later timed one. And I was big hating because I was like, do y'all got room on that fucking flight? Can I go on that one? And they were like, no. But this one really kind guy, he was like, we can put you on standby. And I was like, okay, well, if I get put on standby, that means I get taken off of the other flight that's at 12:15, right? And he looked at me, he was like, I'm not supposed to keep you on there, but I'm gonna keep you on both of them. Just don't tell nobody. I was like, say less. So I was on standby on the later Duluth flight. I was on what was it? My same flight from Chicago to what the fuck's MSP, Minneapolis, St. Paul. And I was just like, then that flight got delayed too. So instead of going out at 12:15, we didn't go out till 1 o'clock. So that delay wasn't too much because it wasn't like an hour. It was like 45 minutes. So I was like, okay, I don't think that they're going to cancel this one. So I'm like, fine. So they put the guy that helped me, who put me on standby, he also gave me 3 $15 vouchers to get food wherever I wanted. So he gave me $45 to just spend on food. So I got some snacks. I got a chicken Asiago bagel and ate that. Still had the middle seat coming back with that flight, but that flight from Chicago to MSP is only like an hour or so, or hour and a half. So I was like, cool. So then we land, everything's fine. I kind of sleep, but like I get jolted awake every so often because I'm just uncomfortable flying. Like my back hurts right now. I know as soon as I eat this food, I just like heat it up. I'm gonna conk out. I work tomorrow. It's almost 10 o'clock right now, and I'm just like, dog. So I'm like, nothing could go worse than being delayed, and I gotta figure out how to get up 2.5 hours to my home. So then I find a shuttle and I start coordinating with some people, and I'm going to baggage claim, trying to ear hustle, seeing what shuttles other people who were on my flight are going to take. So I was okay. But then I don't see my bag. I said, y'all had time to put this motherfucker on there. Y'all had ample time to put that motherfucker on there, and it's not there. It's not there. So I go, and there's other people trying to find their bag too. My bag is still in Chicago as we speak, y'all. They gotta ship it to me. My bag is in Chicago. Luckily, I ain't had nothing good in there. But I don't know when I'm gonna get that. They're like, we'll ship it to you. I ain't never heard of that in my life. I'm like, thank you, because I'm not about to drive 2.5 hours back down to get it. And I'm just like, oh my God. So then I finally am like, fine, whatever. Like it's me reading and watching like all these news reports of people losing 2 or 3 things of luggage and their baby carriers. Kids was crying all up and down in the airport. Fine. Life's not that bad. I'm in Minnesota. That's all I wanted, right? I'm gonna figure it out in one way or another. So then I'm trying to find a shuttle, and I'm like, okay, well, I just landed at 2:50 or whatever time, and there's like multiple shuttles. So the first one that goes directly to my airport I was originally supposed to go to, that one's full. I'm like, okay, and I didn't even see that shuttle at all. Then there's another one, and that one I was like, oh, it must be full at 3:50. So I was like, damn it, like I gotta wait. But waiting for a down and back 2.5 hours, and it's snowing outside right now. I was like, I gotta figure out how to finesse this. I have to get on this next shuttle. So I'm like looking around, I'm like checking out on my phone, and the guy was like, what's your name? And I was like, Phyllis. And he was like, I don't see you on here. I was like, well, I'm supposed to be in the next group. And he was like, well, I got 2 spots. You don't have to be in the next group. I was like, give me just a second, sir. So I was doing the thing. I showed him my confirmation. He put me on the next one. I think I bumped 2 people off because they were at another terminal, but I snuck my little black ass in that truck. I was like, all right, got next to a window, had my little neck pillow, snooded up. So it took us from 4 o'clock it took us 3.5 hours to get up here because it's snowing. Didn't want to have anybody get in a car accident. Slow and steady is good enough for me. And he was dropping people off while we were going, to our destination. So then I didn't know that this shuttle doesn't take you to the airport. It will take you to certain destinations that they have when you book out your spot. So I'm like, ain't no fucking way. So my car is at the airport. I always park at the airport because it don't make sense for me to drive 2.5 hours down. In this instance, it would have, right? But usually I pay for parking here. It's convenient. We barely can get Uber where I'm at. I'd rather just drive myself. I'll pay for the parking. It's convenient, cool. So they dropped me off at the nearest university up here. And I was like, So then I got to wait for an Uber. And I was like, and the Uber kept saying it's taking longer than usual. Sorry about that. I was like, sorry, my black ass, man. I want to go home. I'm like, it is 8:30 at night. So then I'm like, okay, let me call a taxi cab. Like we have several different taxi services up here. So I was like, okay. So it is like 8:01. I was like, hey, ma'am, I'm at the university. I'm trying to get to this airport. Oh, we won't have any available slots till 9:30. I fucks with you. I'm a fucks with you. I'll call back in a bit. Yep. I didn't call back in a bit. Fuck you. So then I just kept my Uber on the app. I was just like, okay, let me see. Finally, someone, a 5-star rating, he came and got me. I had to wait 25 minutes, but then he finally got me to the airport. I had all types of snow all up on my car with the fluffy stuff, and I had to cut through. My foot sank in the snow. My foot was a little wet, but I ain't care because I was at my damn car. Then I had to go get some gas. My toothbrush is in my other shit. My soap is in my other shit. So I went to the gas station, grabbed a toothbrush, some floss, some soap to wash my ass, and I damn near should have grabbed a cut water because I need something to take the edge off. But I just decided to drink a Waterloo instead tonight. I can't do alcohol right now. So I filled my gas tank up because I don't want my tank to freeze because I gotta wake up and work at 8 tomorrow. So all of that being said, you see how fucked up my hair look. You getting a real Phyllis today. I can't no more. Okay, I apologize for not having a video for you guys today, but that's why I was stuck in the Thanksgiving hullabaloo the last couple days, and I'm exhausted. Technically I failed at posting 30 days. This is the last week, but me posting this technically counts. So I'm fine. I'm happy that I am home safe. I called some of my friends earlier and we're grateful that they, had me chuckling, just because it's a lot when you're traveling. It made me not want to travel next year for Thanksgiving, but I just didn't know that the snow was going to be this intense as it was. And I love snow. I'm a winter baby. So I'm just tired. My boo talked to me. He was checking in with me. My best friend was checking in on me. A lot of people were checking in on me. So I'm just happy. I'm about to go over there with my Yoshis and cuddle with them. And I will have a video for y'all tomorrow. And that's about it. I hope that you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope that you had laughter and was able to spend time with your families. And if you've lost somebody the way I have, hopefully that you've kept them in your heart through these times. And even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm glad that you got time off to just spend time with your loved ones. So I'm gonna go spend time with this pillow and these blankets and this chicken that I just cooked in the air fryer. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Good night.